This week on Robo Automotive, our donor car loses some weight. All right, to bring you guys up to speed, we're building a Factory 5 Mark IV kit car. So this car requires a lot of components from a Mustang donor car. And it's going to be the drivetrain, the rear end, transmission, engine, some other components that all go together, along with some new parts from Factory 5 that all bolt to their chassis and make a brand new car. So to do that, we've got our 1994 Mustang donor car, and this is something we picked up. So engine was in good shape, transmission, rear end, they're all in good shape. Maybe the body wasn't the best, but it really didn't matter. So we got this back in February, and the cool thing is we got some of the seniors from last year were able to help out. So you can see right away they got the transmission out, they got it disassembled, working on getting the engine here. So it was cool to have those guys be a part of this project, even though they were leaving. They wouldn't get to help build the car. They at least got their hands dirty and got to help out with the project. So there you can see within a couple hours, they had the engine out, started to do the teardown process on that. The engine is actually going to Holden's machine shop. So it'll get cleaned, inspected, and be sent back to us so we can put it together with some brand new internals and basically make a new engine for our car. So you can see some pictures. They got the oil pan off, inspected everything. Everything looked fairly good. I think this car had about 100,000 miles on it, and it didn't look like it had been beat up too bad. So we took some documentation pictures just so we knew how everything goes back together where it was marked. So it was cool for the seniors to actually get in there and help out. So on the rear end, it took a couple of days for them to figure out getting everything loose and kind of broken loose to the point where they could get it out. So again, this was back in March, so early March. So this is before, obviously, we got shut down for the COVID. So there's no masks or anything on the kids. It's kind of strange to see it now, but they were pretty proud. There's Todd and DJ, who are both graduated now, but they got played a big part in getting that getting the rear end out and all apart. So that was what she looked like when we got the rear end out, the engine out, the transmission out, and took a couple more components off of it, some front suspension components, and had to take the brake pedal box out, had to take the clutch pedal out, and then there was some other the fuel tanks dropped off the back of it. So that's pretty much it. So this is the transmission. Once we got it out and apart, got it cleaned, got some new internal parts put into that. Here's the row of pretty much everything else. Now, some of these parts won't go back onto the donor car. Some of them we just wanted to keep just to make sure we got them out. And some of them it was nice practice, but you can see it went from a running, driving car to a disassembled shell fairly quickly. I was pretty impressed with how quickly the kids were able to disassemble everything, get everything cleaned up and back together. That about wraps up the disassembly portion of our project. So we got some new parts in for the rear end. That's going to give us a sneak peek of what we got going on for the next video. So be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. That way you don't miss the next video on the rear end. We're going to rebuild the rear differential with some new components. So as always, thanks for watching and thanks for the support.